Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. Here today to discuss about WWE Wrestlemania 42 review. I will say that this show overall was pretty decent, except for the main event. And I'm not saying the match was bad in any way. Match was pretty darn decent. I'd say like a 4 out of 5 stars. But the ending of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes made absolutely no fucking sense at all. I'll explain why. Randy Orton was, in the closing moments, was ready to deliver his finisher and pretty much end this match. And Pat McAfee was behind him cheering him on, and then he RKO's Pat McAfee out of nowhere and is pretty much like posing, in a sense, like gloating about the move on Pat McAfee, and then gets the fucking crossroads from Cody Rhodes afterwards and loses the match. Then he gets his revenge and does exactly what I said he should have done to win the match, and that is punt kick his head clean off his fucking shoulders and win the WWE title with Cody Rhodes leaving the stadium out on a stretcher. Nothing like that happened. We just had Cody win the match through a situation that made absolutely no sense. If you wanted to do the RKO to Pat McAfee after the match was over as a way of saying Randy Orton used Pat McAfee to get the job done, that's fine. That makes perfect sense to me, but not during the match. That was my major issue with this. These companies are fucking retarded. That made absolutely no sense to me at all. That was a joke. And Cody retains, but ends up getting punt kicked. Now we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they vacate the title, have a tournament over the championship. If that's the direction they're going, fine by me. If they wanted to preserve Cody from taking another L at WrestleMania in the same similar situation that he did last year, I can live with that. I don't have an issue with that. But to be quite frank, that ending just did not work for me. It just comes across so dumb. But I guess maybe they were trying to do that, even though it didn't make sense to me. Maybe, hopefully, it didn't make sense to you guys, because if it made sense to you, I'd like to know where the fucking logic is and all that, to take a guy you're using to help win a fucking championship and literally hit them and kick them out of the picture while you're still in the middle of the match. That makes no sense to me. Worry about winning the title and then take the guy that you were using and kick him to the side like he didn't mean nothing to you. But what we got here, crazy. Doesn't make any fucking sense to me whatsoever. But match quality wise, good action. Story wise, shit. Every fucking one of these, outside of Liv Morgan and I think outside of Liv Morgan, stories on this fucking show has been shit. There was no stories being told. Not one video package except for the main event got a video package for any of these matches. Absolutely fucking outrageous. That goes to show you they didn't do a great job building towards this WrestleMania, because usually they have video package for majority of the matches that are on the card. In this one, you got nothing. So let's go through the matches, shall we? Because this was pretty fucking wild. Hold on a second, guys. First match on the card, we had 6-man tag team match with the Usos, LA Knight against the Vision, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory, I Show Speed. This match was 7 minutes long. The Usos won with LA Knight, and LA Knight was the guy that picked up the victory, and beat Austin Theory for the pinfall and got the victory for the team. I thought maybe they were going to go with Jey Uso if the Usos and LA Knight were to win. They gave LA Knight the rub and gave him a W in this match. After the match was over, I Show Speed was attacked by Austin Theory and Logan Paul, and he almost got frog splashed through the table by Logan Paul on the top of the turnbuckle to the outside by the announcer's table. But LA Knight and the Usos stopped them from doing that and protected I Show Speed, and I Show Speed connected with a frog splash from the top of the turnbuckle to the outside on the announcer's table with Logan Paul on top of it. It looked like to me like he was going to go ahead and maybe he looked like he almost hit, I think he hit Logan Paul in the ribcage with his forearm or something. So it didn't really hit it correctly, but it was alright. I give this match a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't that great, though. It was a nice starter to the show, but nothing too serious. Next, we had Jacob Fatu going up against Drew McIntyre in the unsanctioned match. This match went almost 15 minutes. This was alright. I mean, 3 out of 5 stars. Nothing really spectacular happened here. Jacob Fatu and him did it alright together. And Jacob Fatu picked up the W. 3 out of 5 stars here on that match. Next, we had a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match with the women's tag team titles on the line. We had Nia Jax and Lash Legend going up against Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, along with Bria and Paige as the replacement for Nikki Bella. And Paige and Brie Bella end up winning the women's tag team titles. This, of course, to me was a piss break, so I didn't sit through all of this. It went 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Let's say this was a 3 out of 5 stars, honestly. I can't hate it completely, but I didn't watch all of it either, so. But it was nice to see Paige get a W. She looked good. She didn't look like she had any ring rust or anything. She looked pretty fair in this matchup. So I ain't got too much complaints on the performance of Paige. And she is now a tag team champion with Bria Bella. Oh, fuck. Who would think that would ever happen? Anyway, moving on, we went to the women's WWE Intercontinental Championship match with AJ Lee defending the title against Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch ends up winning this match by cheating. She also had an altercation, a verbal altercation with the referee. It looks like the female referee that was calling this match maybe ending up possibly, from what I've heard in the past, that she's also a trained wrestler, so she could possibly end up turning into a professional wrestler after WrestleMania, possibly, for all we know. That is definitely different. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Becky Lynch ends up winning this match. I'd say this was a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Not a very long match, though, either. It was under 10 minutes. But it wasn't bad in any way. I thought it was fair. Gunther and Seth Rollins in the singles match. Gunther wins. This was a very entertaining matchup. We had Braun Breaker return. He hit Seth Rollins with a spear. The referee was actually distracted with Gunther. He was checking on Gunther to make sure he was okay. My friend Matt87 Eagle was like, yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah, you think maybe Gunther paid the referee off to go ahead and kind of like, get out of the way and just stay out of line of vision, paying attention to what was going to happen. Like as if the referee knew it was supposed to happen, so he just had his back turned while Braun Breaker had his way with Seth Rollins with a surprise spear. And then after the match was over, with Seth being choked out and submitted, Braun Breaker decided to go for another spear. This one didn't connect as good as the first one. He really just hit his shoulder right into the midsection, but he didn't hit him flush with that spear as well as he usually does. But it looked like it hurt like a bitch, though, still. I mean, it did not look like fun to take. But yeah, this match, 4 out of 5 stars. Very good technical wrestling here. Work rate rise. But again, the storylines leading to this event, this was the absolute fucking worst. It was the shits. Diarrhea shit is more like it. Anyway, moving on, we went to Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vacour for her Women's World Championship. Stephanie Vacour ended up losing her Women's World Championship to Liv Morgan. This match was alright. I'd say 3.5 out of 5 stars. Not bad at all. Not great either. But it was pretty average. And Liv Morgan ends up winning the Women's World Championship with a little help from her friends, as they would say. This match went about 9 minutes. Nothing really special happened. Just Liv Morgan won. And then the main event, which had Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And Pat McAfee, like I stated, got RKO'd in the middle of the match by Randy Orton, which I don't understand why. We had Jelly Roll there. He, in the beginning, went ahead and did a running elbow drop from one of the announcers' table onto the other announcer's table, putting Pat McAfee on the stretcher, and he was being strolled out in the middle of the match. He gave the thumbs up, the fans booed, and then he flicked them the bird, which I thought was absolutely hilarious, even though I could not stomach him in this situation with this storyline. But that spot right there with him giving the thumbs up and then the bird to the fans from them booing him because he gave the thumbs up was absolutely hilarious. This match, though, was good. I have to admit, the main event was a good matchup, but the way they ended it kind of seemed a little silly. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, anyway. But it is what it is. Cody Rhodes retains, but at least Cody got kicked in the head. We ended with a cliffhanger for this match, so it should be interesting how they go about it in night 2. Maybe the story of what happened here in night 1 carries over to night 2, and we get some explanation of what's going on with Cody and what's going to happen with the WWE Championship. So there's a little bit of intrigue going into night 2. That should be interesting. But yeah, Pat McAfee's gone. He's no longer going to be able to be in WWE now that he lost with Randy Orton. Randy Orton lost, so that's the end of him. He's done. So that's your show, guys. I mean, this WrestleMania definitely proves to me continuously that they're not giving me any reason to keep staying a fan. But it is what it is, and that's all I can say about that. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great night, guys. Bye.